Alrighty. So let me go ahead. I'm going to record this because I feel like it needs to be said. And I don't feel like wasting time getting the audio and finding some, fresh footage and all that. So I'm just going to record it. I saw Paul Morrin stream, and I'm just going to tell you it was dog shit. Okay. I don't watch every single Paul Morrin stream, but it was dog shit. He spent most of it reading stuff. Didn't talk to any, Chinese folks. Didn't say anything about, well, according to this, and it was all just reading. Most for the most part, there's very little stuff. The chat was filled with folks who are just like, well, actually, Mao, if the Maoists succeeded in India and the Philippines, and things would be better. And it's just like, this is fucking retarded. These retarded ass motherfuckers. And I had folks who were saying, well, actually, Judaism isn't good because reasons, basically. This is once again, this is the crumbling of the left in general. And of course, I know they'll always try to paint it where it's more of a principled stance where they're like, well, yeah, screw Hong Kong and screw the Uyghurs, but China is still, capitalist and imperialist. This is why you don't have any fucking friends, okay? This is the whole thing. It's like you ask them legitimately what should be done. They're just like, well, if the left faction actually won, why don't you live in fucking present day? They don't want to. They don't want to look at the fucking reality of it. They'd rather just say, well, America's bad, and it's bad to support the Hong Kong independence struggle, but China's still bad. What do you want to do about it? That's all they can say. I can't do the meme, but it's just like that's what it is. These are the types of people that they are, isn't it? Where it's just like, well, we're actually going to be principled about it, and we're not going to talk. We're just going to say that China isn't good, and boom, that's it. And it's just like, okay, if you want to do that and say, oh, well, China doesn't have healthcare, this and that, or whatever. It's like, all right, what do you think should be done about the country? This is part of the problem, isn't it? Where it's just like, I hate to say it, but I'm just going to say white folks. Honkies and white folks feel the need to get involved with this shit. They feel the need to get involved and say, well, actually, it's not real socialism. This is something that, once again, I mean, if you want to say that right wingers, they use the same fucking argument where it's like, well, that's not actually socialism. You're proving their fucking point. This is, like I say, the issue of China itself will destroy the left. It's the same thing of how the left was destroyed by the intervention of the Soviet Union into Hungary in 1956. And mud tankies and all that. The creation of tankies, of course, came from there primarily. And it's just like, this is the level of fucking discourse that we have. These are the people that we are going with. These types of people, and it's just like, well, what should actually be done about China? What should be done about it? And okay, these are the people that we are going to work with. It just goes to show that there's no point in trying to, talk to these folks in a rational way. Like I've said it before and I'll say it again. I have more of a centrist view on China. It is what it is, though. All right. China is an old culture. We're talking 5,000 plus years of history. And I think that it's just one of those aspects where it's just like, well, because it doesn't fit in according to these books, that suddenly, oh, well, then what do you expect? It's just, I wish people would just come out and admit that they live in a fantasy world, and more to the point, that they just want a social club. This is all they want. They want a tea party, as Engels said. They want a tea party. They don't want an actual revolution. They don't want it. Or they want revolution according to their little values. and they have to, oh, well, actually, Gonzalo, going around and, promoting the killing of children and whatnot, that was okay, actually, killing a feminist, that's okay. It's all right. It's just like, but, apparently the Chinese need to support the Maoists in the Philippines because they're doing so well right now. The thing is, I think that China is just being pragmatic. I don't give a fuck what you say. And you can go ahead, like I say, I mean, I saw people criticizing Bay Area for whatever the hell the number is, but it's like, and they were saying, oh yeah, well, he's Argentinian. Argentinians are literally white and all this sort of thing. So we saw a nice bit of racism there. I saw that nice bit of racism. And like I say, believe me, I've used the crutch of racism, and I will probably continue to use it in some form. But holy shit, I saw these motherfuckers typing in the chat. I'm just like, holy moly, y'all just, oh man, it's just like, why didn't Paul Morrin just write out a blog post? Because that's all he fucking did for however long that stream was just like, well, according to this, it's just like, he just kept reading these things and just like, what are you going to do about China then? Nothing. You're going to do nothing about China. You have no power over China whatsoever. And you'll say, well, we don't want American intervention. And, this is part of the problem. I understand that they're trying to be principled and all this other stuff. But guess what? You ride with a homie, regardless of what he does. Yeah. It's like, yeah. This is the same type of thing between that anarchists probably had between Hitler and Stalin. It's like, what are you going to do? You have to make a choice. It's either this or that. Yeah. You could go, you could go with this or you could go with that. That song by Black Sheep, for the older hip hop heads in the room. But it's like, God damn. I've been going on for 7 minutes on this bullshit. I'm sorry, but holy crap, that was an awful stream. That was awful. And that's one of the reasons why I don't listen to Paul Morrin anymore, where it's just like, now that he's gone down this road, I didn't realize how bad it was, but I was like, okay, well, all right. It really serves the fact that, yeah, this guy used to be an ANCOM, and now it's just like, okay. Like I say, these are the same type of, neocons who are just like, we're not racist against China, but China doesn't reach the norms that we want them to. And actually, they should be paying more to people. And fuck off. You're not Chinese. Or excuse me, excuse me, I think I said that right. Anyway, but it's like, Zoba, get out. Leave. Stop, talking about this shit like like you're Chinese. My nigga, you ain't Chinese. Why don't you worry about your own fucking country, Paul Morrin, you're there in Ireland. Why don't you do something about that? For the fact that there's all these companies that are in Ireland getting their money. But I know. I'm just moving the goalposts and everything. I know. But god damn. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy this long ass rant. And I hope to get some clout from it. So hopefully y'all enjoy that. So see you later and goodbye.